It's time to live your stronger life. Hey, I'm Sammy, physio coach and nutritionist, and your hype girl for creating your stronger life. Here, we ditch the quick fixes and build real strength inside and out. So whether you're here to tone up, drop the body fat, build muscle, mental resilience, or ditch the diet culture, or just feel bloody good in your skin, you're in the right place. So let's get into it. Hey fam, welcome back to another episode. So this episode is for you. If you are always waiting to try and find time for your workouts, for your meal prep, and you're just like, oh, I'll get around to it when I find the time, you'll be waiting forever. And in this episode, we're going to flip the script and I'm going to show you how to make time for your health, fitness, and your goals, and teach you some practical scheduling hacks, some systems to save hours, and a mindset shift that is going to help keep you from falling off track on your health and fitness journey. So let's jump straight into it. So the main focus of this podcast is I want you to set up your calendar and your schedule so you can actually stick to your fitness goals and all the different bits and bobs that come with it, all while balancing your busy work, family, and home life. So there's going to be some actionable steps that I want you to take in this podcast. So grab a pen and paper and let's go. Okay, first of all, we got to have a little mindset shift here. So stop finding time and stop waiting until you have the right time. Life is always going to be busy. Get over it. You need to start looking after your health and fitness. So we're going to start making time instead of finding time. Because when we keep reframing how we think about our time, when you say finding, it's passive. It's about waiting for like the world to, you know, the universe and all the stars to align for you to be able to go to the gym. But when we start making time and we allocate things, you are now in the driver's seat. You are in control of your time. You're not squeezing fitness into your life. You're going to be designing your life to fit your health and fitness goals, because your health is the foundation of everything else. You're not like, it sucks that people just work to live a life, right? But you want to live your life and prioritize you, and then you work to, help fund it, but it's on the side. You are your priority. So take a moment to identify your non-negotiables. What are the things that you need to prioritize no matter what? Time aside, don't think about what you have time for at the moment. Just think about what are your non-negotiables. And so for most of you, I'm going to say your workouts, your meal prep, your grocery shopping, your sleep, your family time. Like, put in the non-negotiables that you have in your day for your health and fitness, not just work. I'm talking about like your health and fitness, and that includes like family time and enjoyment of life as well. Once you've got a list of your non-negotiables that you want to have in your life, we're going to do a time audit. Where is your time really going? So before you even try and set up your schedule, let's actually see where you are wasting your time. So track your week. Let's get clear on where your time is currently going. So over the next 3 days, I want you to track everything you do, hour by hour, or even half an hour by half an hour, or even, if you want a rude shock on how much you're on social media, 15 minutes time slots throughout the day, and you'll be like, oh my God, I waste so much time. Because you might be surprised how much time goes to things like scrolling, like TikTok, Instagram, watching TV, fluffing about. Like, you may be surprised here, girl. You may even want to have a look at your, the screen time and the different apps that you use on your phone. When you look at that, you're like, oh gosh, all right, maybe I do have time to go for a workout. And then let's go for some quick wins. Look for small pockets of time from your time audit that you can reclaim. For example, could you listen to a podcast while commuting? And because then that's going to, get the opportunity to learn something, and that's going to be really beneficial for your brain. But also, stacking habits. Can you swap 30 minutes of sitting at the TV for put your TV show on something you can watch on your laptop maybe, or if you have an iPad, and do it while you're meal prepping? Now you get to enjoy watching TV while doing some things that you got to do. And these micro adjustments can add up fast. Look where you can stack things that you enjoy doing, or maybe that are a bit of a time waste, with things that you actually need to do as well. Now, the key to consistency is ride or die by your calendar. I literally, if it's not in my Google Calendar, it is not happening in my day. Like, ride or die by your calendar, ladies. So let's set it up. Pull it up right now, whether you want to do a digital app, like I use Google Calendar, or you can use the iPhone one, or you can use a paper planner. But if you don't have one, I find an app version is better because it's more flexible. You can move things around, but some people like that tangible, like pen on paper sort of thing. So whatever you want to do, get your calendar out right now. Pause this podcast, go to Officeworks and buy one if you need a physical one. Download the app, get it all up and ready to rock and roll. Now we're going to work backwards from your non-negotiables. So start scheduling in your non-negotiables. And yes, unfortunately, you got to include work here. But like the stuff that you don't have control over as well, pop that in, work, when you're working, when you're commuting, maybe when you're doing kid drop off and things like that. Like pop all that stuff in that are the reoccurring things that happen every single week. Make them reoccurring in your calendar. Stuff that you just know is going to be there. That is kind of like you can't help it. It's not necessarily in your health and fitness non-negotiable, but it's like your life non-negotiable. Start by scheduling those in. And then schedule your life non-negotiables next. So if you are, like I would say step 1, your training sessions. So if you're planning to work out 3 times a week, put those workouts on your calendar like they're a doctor's appointment. Same as your meal prep, same as your grocery shopping. Life hack, just do your groceries online, get them delivered. It's like $4 and it's so worth it. But anyways, put your workouts in like they are a doctor's appointment that you would not skip. Because if you keep going, I'm going to find the time to work out, you won't. So pop them in right now, map it out. Even if you have 30 minutes, put it in there. Put your time for your meal prep in, put your time for walking in, put the time that you're going to wake up so you can do your morning routine. Like put those things into your non-negotiables, into your calendar right now. Pause this podcast, do it right now. And so like some specific tips around that, like with your workouts, schedule them at a time that you're actually going to stick to. Like if you are not ever been to the gym first thing in the morning, maybe don't say that's what you're going to do straight off the bat. Maybe just be like, all right, on my way home from work, I'm going to actually go to the gym. And then maybe you want to start implementing morning sessions later. You could do 1 a week and then 2 a week and start stacking that habit. Maybe you start at 6 a.m. then you can build it back to 5 a.m. Like don't just be like, I'm going to be perfect to go to the gym at 5 a.m. for an hour every day. It's like, if that's not where you're up to right now, start realistic and then work, and then you can adjust and work it from there. Same with your meal prep. You could do this in a single block or you could do it in 2 blocks. Some ladies like to do it like on the weekend and then maybe a quick little one midweek. That's a bit of a top up, but block in those times, and then we're going to also block in time for meal planning and grocery shopping. And you can even do like little cheats to, like, if you have a batch of meals that hit your macros really nicely that need a bit of meal prep, then maybe you have those on rotation that you meal prep on the weekends, and then a couple of meals that you can just throw together with like very, very minimal meal prep, and they're what you put on rotation from like Wednesday onwards if you need to do 2 days a week. So you can also be really strategic. It's like, I do the more labor intensive meal prepping on the weekend because I have more time, so I'm going to allocate more time there, and then midweek I just need a few grab and go throw together options. I'm just going to plan that out, and then I'm not having to allocate as much time for it. So there's little strategies within that as well. You can also pair tasks together. So for example, if you need to go grocery shopping, just do it on your way home from work, so it's not just like another thing that you have to add into the list. It's just like it's just like an extra 15 minutes, whiz past it on the way home from work, and then I'm done. And same as like with your workouts, like you could slot them in places so that it's not like, oh, now I have to go out, spend more time driving out and come back and whatnot. Like if you can stack habits and stack tasks, that's also going to be a bit of a time saver as well. It's handy if you can also give yourself some buffer time. So for example, if your training session takes 45 minutes, just block out an hour to account for like changing, commuting, chit-chatting, like any unexpected delays or anything like that. So if you can allocate little bits of buffer time, travel time, things like that, that can help you from getting overwhelmed in your calendar as well. And I know I've said this like 1,000 times over, but anchor new habits to existing ones. Like for example, if you're always having a coffee at 7 a.m., make it a trigger to at 7 a.m. while I'm drinking my coffee, I'm also packing my lunch and meal prepping my breakfast and putting my bag together while I enjoy my coffee, so that I'm not forgetting to take my lunch to work and my gym bag to work, for example. Now I'm going to dive a little bit more deeper on creating systems for efficiency. I've mentioned a few little things so far, but I'm going to kind of dot point them out now. So like I mentioned, like streamline your meal prep. Like you don't need to do the crazy Instagrammable nonsense recipes where they never end up looking that beautiful anyways, and they actually take a really long time. But if you can just choose like a couple of meals that you can have for the week, and you just meal prep the staples, so like you could just cook a huge batch of chicken, have a stack of different frozen veggies, like meal prep a big batch of rice, big batch of potatoes, and then you can just like rotate between the way that you combine it. So it's easy, say if you did like chicken and extra lean beef mince, you cooked rice and you prepped potatoes, and then you had 2 different types of frozen veggies, for example. Now that's so many different food combinations. You could do chicken, rice, veggie stir fry in like 5 minutes. You could do chicken with potatoes and maybe some barbecue sauce and then just some steamed veg on the side. You could do mince mixed with the rice and you could make like a Mexican bowl. You could do the mince with potatoes and make like the cheeseburger loaded fries. Look at that, 4 different meals, but you haven't even had to do that much meal prep to get it all organized. So, don't overcomplicate it. Your dish, your meal just needs to have a protein, a carb, some veggies or fruit if it's a sweet dish, and a healthy dietary fat source. So we've got our protein, carb, fat, and fiber and produce. And like you don't need to have a fancy recipe. It can literally be as simple as that. Then you could also use tools like slow cookers, air fryers, or sheet pan recipes to help save time. You just throw it all in one hit and then it's done and dusted nice and easily without all these different multiple complicated steps. Like I mentioned before, trying grocery delivery or click and collect, things like that can save you time wandering around the grocery store as well. And you could do your order while you're doing something else. So again, stacking habits. Maybe you're doing your cardio at the gym, order your groceries at the same time. When you do like the same sort of thing over and over again, I can order my groceries in like 3 minutes because I just order the same thing every week. And utilize like ready-made stuff as well. Like maybe it is just easier for you to have the ready-made cups of rice and the pre-cut veggies and the frozen vegetables and the recipe bases, even if you might want to make it from scratch with all the spice mixes. But it's like, dude, if you don't have time, just use the recipe bases. It's going to save you time. You can still eat your good food. It's like the lesser of 2 evils is like, do you want takeaway or do you want to just use a recipe base? Just use the bloody recipe base. Then we also want to batch similar tasks. By combining similar activities, it saves on mental energy. So like, for example, if you try and do, I had to pause because I was like, oh, I do this really badly. Start unstacking the dishwasher whilst also trying to cook a meal, but then the clothes are ready to hang out. And then you remember that you got to pack your lunch for the next day. Like, yeah, it's going to hurt your brain. So stack similar tasks together. So maybe while you're cooking your meal prep, you can also make sure you're doing the dishes. It's all in the one place, right? But if you try and do 5 different things at once, it's actually going to take you longer and more mental energy. So it's actually going to feel harder. That was a really terrible example, I'm not going to lie, but that was such my ADHD brain where I was like, I often start 5 things at once and then I'm like, why did it take me so long to do everything? And it's because I didn't just do one task at a time. But it's the same thing when you're at work. Like if you're replying to emails at work, you're just going to reply to all the emails. You're not going to reply to one email and then go and start like another project and then come back to that next email and then go do another little bit of that project. Like you wouldn't do it because it just confuses your brain. Stick to the one task, keep it all very similar, and like to keep yourself in flow. And automate, simplify where possible. Set reminders on your phone for key tasks so that you don't have to try and remember it. It's just going to be too painful for your brain. So set reminders such as, defrost chicken for meal prep at X time, pack your gym bag at X time. Automate reminders for different things that you want to stay on top of. And then like the other hacks, like do your grocery ordering online, buy stuff that's ready to rock and roll, just like anything that can make your life easier. Honestly, if it's going to cost you like not that much money compared to how much money you earn, it is so much more worth it to buy back your time. And delegate tasks where you can. If you have kids, then you got a dishwasher. If you have kids, you have someone who can vacuum and mop the floors. If you have kids, well, I guess it depends how old they are. You could even start teaching them how to do a little bit of meal prepping for you as well. But you could make meal prep a family activity. It's going to teach them valuable skills and it's going to help lighten the load and it's going to give you some family time and help you enjoy a little bit more. Always have a backup plan. Life happens, so have a backup plan when things go sideways. For example, have like a little bit of equipment at home so you can do a little home workout if you can't make it to the gym, or have quick meal options like frozen food and frozen meals and throw together stuff. Like I have so many of those, like, oh my God, I forgot my lunch. What do I do? Instagram posts and reels, and they're meals that you can build without cooking at all, or just have ready-made meals in the freezer for those emergencies when you're like, oh no. So stock that freezer up, ladies, and plan for the unexpected. Each week, leave a blank space in your schedule to handle unexpected events, or sometimes you have to shift into that. So have like your little emergency blank spot, and that way you won't feel like you're falling behind because you can just make small adjustments here and there, and you're going to adjust along the way. At the end of each week, spend 10 minutes reviewing what worked and what didn't, and make small adjustments for the following week. You're not going to nail your calendar from day one, but I promise you, if you start writing and dying and living by your calendar and then doing a reflection and adjusting it along the way, your life is just going to feel so much more streamlined. You're going to be so much more confident in what you are doing day to day, and you're actually going to be able to stick to your health and fitness goals and stick to the commitments that you're trying to make with yourself. So to recap, shift your mindset, audit your time, block your calendar, create efficient systems, but stay flexible, because this is about progress and not perfection. So ladies, I have given you lots of homework to do. I want you to go away and give it a go, and then come and let me know how you're going on Instagram. Shoot me a message and say, oh my God, Sammy, I've been doing my calendar and life is so good. I can actually stick to my routine and been training so consistently, and I'm actually doing my meal prep, and oh my God, amazing. Anyways, let me know and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for listening. If you found this episode valuable, please rate, review, and subscribe. And I'd love if you shared this on your Instagram and tag me Sammy_Livestrong. And if you'd like to learn more about my coaching and join the Project Livestrong family, please message me Livestrong on Instagram and I'll see how I can help. I'll see you next time.